Did you see her? Did you see that woman with the sword? That was you. Did you see the monster? That was the Epstein-Barr virus. You are going to kill the Epstein-Barr virus. Your symptoms are going to go away, and you are going to be the woman in the sword in your life doing anything that you want to do. It is absolutely possible. And today, I'm going to teach you exactly how to transform your body into a superhero. So, thank you for joining me today. Today is day 3, and it is my absolute favorite day. And if you can hear my voice shaking, because I can, it's because every time I watch that movie, no matter how many times, I still get choked up. Because that's how I felt. Going through this journey, it took me so long. Jesus, all right. It took me so long, and I never knew what was wrong with my body, but I kept being told something was wrong with it, but nobody knew. Yet I felt in my bones that nothing was wrong with me. I just needed to figure out what was inside of me that needed to get out. That was my intuition. That's all that I got. Now we know it's just a virus, and you're going to kill it. And it's not going to be easy, but it's not going to be as hard as you think. So that's why I do this workshop. That's why I do the coaching, because I want to show you, I want to be that person for you that I wanted all those years ago. Just someone to say, it's okay, it's going to be okay, you can do this, and here's how you do it. And then to kind of hold my hand a little bit along the way and say, oh yeah, this is normal, it's okay, you got this. This is what healing feels like. And because I never found her, I decided, well, fuck it, I'm going to become her. So that's what Minding Your Soul is. That's how we got started. So I'm glad you're here. I hope you're having some fun this week. I hope you're making some new connections, making new friends. We have a really good group in here. Everyone's here to learn, to help each other out, pass on the information that's worked for them. Because I'm not here to say that this is the end all be all. Do this. This is where it starts. This is the foundation of healing. Once you have this foundation down, you feel empowered to say, I know what my body needs. I know how to listen to it. And now you have the energy, the ability to go out there and do all the other different modalities that you've always wanted to do. Yoga, hot yoga, all of these things that you're sitting there going, One day, that day is about to come. So let's get started into our superhero training today. Thank you for saying hi as you're coming on. I appreciate it, and so does everybody else, knowing where everyone is from. It's kind of nice knowing that we're all over the world. It makes the world a little bit smaller and more accessible, because when you see people jumping on here and you see they're from the UK, they're from South Africa, they're from Australia, the US, everywhere, you go, oh, wow, there are people out there who are just like me who are going through this. And it just makes it feel a little bit more comfortable. Ohio, Ontario, this is great. Thank you. Natalie, hi. I rewatched recently. Woohoo, I love that. Here we go. Sarah from Norfolk, the UK. Hi, everybody. Hello, Stephanie. How are you? All right. Listen, get your notebooks out, or actually don't get your notebooks out. This is being recorded. So if you ever want to go back to the information, it's here for you. So if you didn't get the email this week, it's only because I don't have your email address. So if you want the email, it's the recording of today's and every day's workshop. Each day you get it. And it's also some resources that I've mentioned. So today's resource, I'll get to today's resource as we get through it. Let's go through the superhero training. Oh, Annette, you know what? We're going to talk about that on Friday. She asked, should we stop supplements at the beginning? I'm going to give you the short answer. Well, one, I have to give you the disclaimer first. So I'm not a doctor. I'm not certified in freaking anything. I'm just someone who healed themselves from MS. I was paralyzed. I'm not paralyzed. I figured out how to do it. I used medical medium information, and now this is me sharing all the information. I cannot recommend that you do something or tell you to stop or tell you to do it. I'm just giving advice. Basically, my disclaimer all over the website, invoices, everything, it all says, basically, do not listen to Janine. She has no idea what she's talking about. Run in the opposite direction. So now that that disclaimer is out, I'm just someone who healed from MS. So my advice, I follow the medical medium. So yeah, on supplements, we want to focus first on cleaning out the body. And supplements are supposed to supplement your diet. So once you get this protocol under control, which is under control means I got this, it's part of my regular schedule, it doesn't cause me stress anymore, I know exactly what the symptoms are of each thing, where can I start supplementing in to help my body even more? So there's probably a couple of supplements that you could still take during this, like a multivitamin, although we should talk more about multivitamins on Friday, because the heavy metal detox smoothie with the barley grass juice powder and the spirulina serves as a multivitamin. So I'll tell you what I do on Friday, how I still take a multivitamin, but I only take the one serving, because I use the heavy metal detox smoothie as the first serving, and then I just take the one serving. Any good supplement, any good multivitamin is going to come in 2 servings, because your recommended daily allowance for any vitamin, you can't absorb at one time. So it's always going to say the recommended daily serving is 2 vitamins, 2 tablets, whatever. And there is a supplement guide inside that follows the medical medium information inside Minding Your Soul. You can go to the files section and get it right there. And if you can't find it, send me a message. I'll tag you in that post. Okay, so in order to get into the superhero training, we have to go back to like 8th grade biology. I think it was 8th grade class. Remember when they talked about the cell and everything that makes up a cell? Mitochondria, all those little, I forget the name of those little things. Oh, it's not important. So, but every cell, break it down to the atom. Every atom, let's say molecule, let's just say molecule for easy. Every molecules make up cells. And I'm talking about every cell in your body, whether you're talking about your eyeball, your heart, your liver, your skin, everything is made up of cells in your body. Every cell is made up of molecules. The molecules, remember, all have a certain number of protons, electrons, and neutrons. You have to have that specific number of protons, electrons, and neutrons in order for that cell to be healthy. You want a healthy cell, you want it duplicating and replicating itself in a healthy manner. Well, sometimes a cell breaks down and it loses an electron. When it loses an electron, it becomes unstable. An unstable cell, it's kind of like a crazy person. It's going around going, I I'm unstable. I need an electron. I've lost my electron. Somebody help me. I need an electron. And it's just like bouncing around. Now, remember, all cells duplicate in our body. If we are alive, all your cells are always duplicating. The free radical cells, the ones that are missing the electron, they're also duplicating. So that free radical cell now is going all over your body, duplicating itself with that missing electron. And it's going crazy, going, I need an electron. I need an electron. Please help me. And the other cells in your body are going, all right, relax, crazy. I got an electron for you. And it gives it an electron. But it doesn't realize that it's now going to become unstable itself. So all that sharing that's going on between cells to give electrons, they're not helping anything, because when one cell gives an electron to another cell, the one that gave it away now becomes unstable itself. And because they are unstable, they're duplicating at a very high rate, higher than our healthy cells. So now you've got all of these free radical cells duplicating themselves all over your body. I'm going to send you some articles tonight in that email. When you look up what damage do free radical cells cause in the body, they're the number one cause of disease, neurological diseases, autoimmune conditions, inflammation, which inflammation leads to so many other chronic diseases. It tells you how your nerves cannot function when they are surrounded by free radicals. We get free radicals from, or our cells, I should say, become free radicals from many different processes in our body, from the foods that we bring in that are covered in pesticides, from sorry, I just lost track because my daughter's calling me. She should know that I'm on the workshop right now. She'll figure that out. Okay, so our cells become free radicals, so many different processes in the body. Just by digesting food, cells break down and some become free radicals. They lose an electron. The pesticides on our food, the chemicals that we put on our body, the chemicals that we just come in contact with on this earth, in the air, the metals that we touch, all of these free radicals are flooded inside of our body. And if one healthy cell can't give its own free electron to an unstable cell without becoming unstable itself, well, then what the hell are you supposed to do? Okay, this is what you're supposed to do. You are supposed to flood your body with specific superheroes. And these superheroes are very special. They're all different kinds of superheroes that are wearing different colored capes. When they go inside your body, their capes are filled with all of these electrons. All of their capes, all of their pockets are filled with tons of electrons. So they can swim through your body and go, oh my goodness, you're all unstable. Here, all right, here, hold on, take an electron, and you get an electron. And I like to say it's kind of like Oprah at Christmas time. You get an electron and you get an electron. And these superheroes travel throughout your body going, okay, relax, okay, relax. And the superheroes are the only cells that can give an electron, only molecules, that can give an electron without becoming unstable themselves. Their only job in your body is to make your body calm and healthy and happy. So the superheroes are flying around, and the more superheroes you put inside your body, the more electrons, those free electrons that superhero is just throwing out, calming everybody down. So the superhero flies in your body, and the free radicals are going, I need an electron, I need an electron. The superhero's going, here, have one. And the free radical goes, oh God, that feels so much better. My God, thank you. And it becomes healthy. And then it floats around your body, helping your body, strengthening your body. When the superhero's cape is empty and it has given out all of its free radicals, it's very efficient. It says, all right, well, what am I going to do? I got all these empty pockets. I got to put myself to good use. So as it travels out of your body, it goes, oh, well, that doesn't belong there. Oh, that's not doing her any favors. It takes that, puts it in its pocket. Oh, that's crap that's going to lead to cancer. Oh, let me take that, put that in my pocket. It lines all of its pockets of its cape with all the crap that you don't need inside of your body, literal and figurative, and then it leaves your body. And your body goes, what the hell was that? That was amazing. Can we have more? And you go, yeah, I got a lot more. Here you go. And then you flood it. So what am I talking about? How do you flood your body with these superheroes? And remember, there's all different kinds of superheroes that wear all different colored capes. And when I tell my kids this story, I tell them, when you eat enough superheroes, you eventually become one. You want to be a superhero? Come with me. And we walk into the produce aisle and we look around and I say, do you see all of these fruits and vegetables that us humans just call, it's fruits and vegetables, whatever. Do you see all their different colors? All of the superheroes are hiding inside of those vegetables. That's what gives those fruits and vegetables their color. The capes, the different colored capes of the superheroes. These are all sitting here waiting to enter your body and fix it and heal it and make it happy and give you all the energy you need to do everything that you want to do in your life. Those are the superheroes. We flood our bodies with superheroes every day to the point where your body's like, oh, this is amazing. This is like living on vacation. My God, everything is served to me. All I have to do is sit down, lay down, look at the ocean, and be handed a drink. That's how happy your body is when all of these superheroes come in and do the work. Now, when you're healing, that's where I get the mental picture of Superwoman in that video that we started this training with. Superwoman is out there, and if you haven't watched that movie, please do. That woman sticks to her integrity, she sticks to her beliefs, and when she comes into this world from where she came from, when she comes into this world, nobody believes her. Everyone thinks she's crazy. No one says it's possible what she wants to do. Is it starting to sound familiar? When I was getting healthy, when I had this inkling that I'm okay, I just have to give my body some help, everyone thought I was crazy. And I stuck to my guns, just like you're doing by watching this information and signing up for all these programs that you know are going to help you. Mine, whoever, someone else's, it doesn't matter. Just do the work. Do it. Do what you know is right. This woman, Superwoman, Wonder Woman, she sticks to her integrity, she sticks to her beliefs, and eventually she finds the monster, she faces him, and she fights him because she has the energy, because she's been training her whole life for it. It's perfectly fine that a virus entered your body. You have the ability to fight that virus. It's just that we were never trained. We never gave our body the training that it needs. When you watch that movie, her entire life was filled with training. Everyone on that island was training so that when they came in contact with the monster, when they came face to face, they were prepared. But growing up until this point, no one told you need to be in training. You need to get your body in tip-top shape. I'm not talking working out in the gym. You need to understand what your body needs so that it can heal itself, so that you never have to fear coming in contact with any virus, COVID, Epstein-Barr, because your body can handle it. Our bodies were designed with all the tools, all the organs that it needs to fight viruses, bacteria, fungus, parasites. We can do it. But we've had a lifetime of putting our body through so much stress. It doesn't have the tools. It's weak. And that is not your fault. Nobody told you. So in order to get your body back, you have to get your immune system fighters up. You have to start building that army, because now you know, I've been invaded by a virus. I feel awful. I can't live the life that I want to live. I can't play with my kids. I can't go to the beach. I can't do simple things like walk down the block and say hi to my neighbors. The little things in life that people take for granted. This week is very emotional for me, and a lot of emotions come up. So if you think I'm talking about you, I'm really talking about me. And when I'm laying in that bed, listening to the life happening all around me, and I kept thinking, what is wrong with me? Why am I the only person like this? I wasn't. We just didn't have the internet and Facebook groups, or if we did, I didn't know about them back then. So that's why we need to spread this information, because you absolutely can heal. You just need the right information. So how do you get all these fruits and vegetables inside your body and not feel like you are only living to put vegetables inside of your body? However far you want to take this protocol, however you want to do it, you have to do it with grace. You have to do it with ease. You have to give yourself patience, because you didn't get symptoms overnight. Kind of feels like we did, but How about you? You know what? Let's take a little poll in the comments. Leading up to my diagnosis, my body started out with little whispers. You need to slow down. I need some help. Maybe you should drink some water. Little whispers. And then it got a little louder. Janine, I feel like crap. Could you please give me some help? I need some help. Maybe you should start paying attention to yourself, Janine. No, I don't have time. Shit needs to get done. And then shit just got louder and louder until I kind of feel like the universe came out and hit me over the head with a baseball bat. And that was my diagnosis. And that was me being forced into doing something for myself, figuring out what's wrong with me. Finally, after years of not putting any time into myself, I was bedridden, couldn't use my arms and legs. And then I was forced to just lay there and think and be with my own thoughts. So in the comments, can you let everybody else know if you went through the same thing before your diagnosis? Just say me in the comments. Did you have little tiny whispers from your body of, you need to take more time for you? I need help. I need to be given more than just Domino's, Jersey Mike's, Marlboro Lights, Sprite, and Pepsi. Did you have these little inklings? Look at them coming in. Everybody, there's nothing wrong with you. Look at all the me's coming in. We knew, we just weren't taught to listen to it. We didn't even know that it was talking to us. We just thought, it's okay. For me, if I just put my head in the sand and I can't hear it, it will go away. And then later on, we learn it doesn't go away. It just blows up in our face. Look at all of the people. We feel so isolated with this freaking disease. And it's not a disease, it's a dis-ease. The body is in dis-ease. It's not an ease anymore because the virus has now gotten stronger than the immune system. So what we are going to do is we are going to strengthen your immune system. We are going to put you in training to be a superhero so that inside your body, and you're going to know it, you're going to feel it. Inside your body, your immune system fighters are going to look exactly the way Wonder Woman looks fighting that creature. Your immune system is going to fight the shit out of that virus, and your symptoms are going to start going away, and you're going to go, oh, I can do this. That's what it feels like for me. My whole body feels it. Oh, I can do this. So let's review a little bit of the protocol. And again, remember, look, everybody, look at all the me's coming in. We all knew that our body needed help and we needed to give some time to our bodies, but we didn't know how to translate that information, or we didn't understand what the consequences were going to be to not listening to that information. Our body has a way of telling us. We just have the responsibility of learning how to translate what the body is telling us. And as you go through this protocol and as you understand what your body is trying to tell it, you will become so good at going, oh, okay, that's a red flag. I need to do something different. I'll tell you a little story. I used to think that as soon as I healed and I was symptom-free, my life was going to be perfect. And it was really great for a really long time. I met my husband, love of my life. I decided at 44 years old, yeah, let's do IVF. Let's get pregnant. He didn't have any children and I had 2, and I loved him so much. I just caught myself saying loved. Another video. I loved him so much. I really wanted to see him be a father. And I thought, you know what? I have made my body strong. I am going to do this. And I went through the IVF drugs. And yeah, I was really nervous that I was going to feed the virus. We'll talk more about how hormones are not enough to keep that virus alive. I am proof of that. I'm always the guinea pig. I love it. I'm always the guinea pig. I'm like, well, it worked for me, guys. You want to try it? Listen, I don't recommend getting pregnant at 44 or doing it through IVF. Not that I got symptoms. It's just that later, when I had the baby, when I had Jackson, Kevin and I started going into this pattern, my husband, Kevin, and we started arguing and we started really hating each other. I'm sure there's a better way to put that, but honestly, for this purpose, we really started hating each other. And I started getting symptoms. And this was when Jackson it was September. So March, April, May, June, July, August, September. So he was 6 months old. I started to get symptoms. The bottom of my right leg went numb and I started feeling patches up my shin. Immediately, because we learn to listen to our bodies now immediately. We don't go, oh, we'll be fine. No, I went, that's it. I'm done. I am no longer getting up with Jackson every single time during the night. You need to help. You need to do this. You need to do that. My boundaries just poured out of me. I said, I will not go paralyzed for anybody. So listen, you have shit to deal with. You have to figure out how you're going to deal with this because I need help. You're not helping me. I need help. And he did. He started to help me. I thought it was he's not doing his part. So poor me, now I'm getting symptoms. Once everything came out of me and I went, you need to do this, you need to do that. He goes, you never said that. I'm sorry. I didn't know that's what I wasn't doing and that's what you needed. And I went, whoa, okay. And then I learned boundaries. This was about my boundaries. I fell right into my old patterns. When I was sick, I went right into my old patterns of, I can do it. It's fine. Oh, that needs to be done. I'll do that too. I could do that. And I wasn't saying, I need help. Kevin, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. In the back of my mind, I was like, well, if he wanted to, he would. He should know. Yeah, no, that's not helpful for anybody. We learn so much about ourselves through this healing process. If someone would have said to me, are you good at, setting your boundaries? I would have been like, well, yeah, of course. My ego would have been speaking. Yeah, of course I am. I say exactly what I want. But guess what? Jackson's he's going to be 16 months in a week. So 10 months ago, I didn't listen to my body for a small period of time. And then I went, oh, no. I'm not going paralyzed for anybody. I need help. And do you know, within 2 weeks, all of the numbness in my foot was gone. No more patches. I was like, oh my God, I did it. I was so scared. Now, this coaching program has been going on for 2 years. This was during my coaching program. I had just gotten new clients in. And here I am getting symptoms going, you're a fraud. See, you don't know what you're doing. You can't coach anybody. And I kept going down that hill until I went, no, stop. What am I not listening to? I'm not listening to myself going, you need help. Ask for help. You need help. Again, you know what? In the comments, how many people struggle with asking for help? And look at all those other me's in there. Guys, this is so great to let everybody know that we're not alone. We're all the same, especially the women. We are all the same. We're constantly, I think it comes from our childhood, maybe from a Catholic upbringing. I don't know, but do the work to find out. How many people now could say, I know my boundaries. I speak up for myself. How should we put this in the comments? You know what? Say yes. Yes, boundaries. I speak up for myself. I say what I need and I ask for help and I don't take on too much. Say yes or say no. Say no in the comments. No, I don't. I have a lot of work to do. I'm still learning how to speak up for myself. I'm still learning how to say no when I want to say no. Say yes or no, and just let everybody know, like identify with them, because there are 35, 40 people on here right now. There's 2,000 in the group. People are going to be watching this recording and seeing all of these comments, and they're going to be scrolling up going, oh my God, I thought it was just me. It's not. And that's why I come live. Listen, when I started this program, I was horrible. If you scroll down far enough in Minding Your Soul, my lives were really awful. I didn't have this cute little setup over here. I had my dresser and my bathroom door in the background. And I think I spoke like this. And I was like, okay, so what I want to say is I was so nervous. And it's funny because I said this in one of the group coaching Zooms. And one of my clients went, yeah, no, Janine, I did scroll down. And you're right. You did suck. I'm like, right? But that's the lesson that I keep learning over and over again and now teaching. When we start anything, especially a protocol that's so different from what we're used to, when we start anything, we have to be okay with sucking at it first. Anything we do, we have to be okay with sucking at it first and understanding that it's going to be an evolution and eventually we're going to get good at it. So when you start this protocol, you're going to feel like, God, this is hard. I don't understand this. I don't want to change my foods. Let that new awareness come to you and go, yeah, this is the transition she was talking about. She did say it was going to suck because transition into anything new sucks. But if you watch children, and I have the privilege of watching, now that I'm healthy, watching Jackson grow up with completely different eyes. And I watch how he doesn't have an ego. It's our egos that say, I don't want to look stupid. I don't want to fuck up. I don't want to do this. I don't like change. He is learning everything new for the first time, learning how to walk, learning how to use a fork, learning how to communicate his own needs. And he's perfectly okay with screwing up and falling down all the time and hurting himself. He's like, oh, that sucked. But when he falls down, he doesn't stay there and go, I'm done, that's it, I'm not trying it again. No, because he doesn't even have those thoughts yet. He innately knows, well, I'm not supposed to be able to walk yet. This is new. Let me get up and try it again. And he keeps getting up and trying it again and again. And I think what happens is, as we grow up into the adults that we are today, our ego takes over. We don't want to be feeling stupid. We're kind of done with that, right? Like, we're at a certain age now where we're like, I've been through enough in my life. I don't want to go through this. This is hard. There's enough hard things in my life. But once we shift our mindset into, yeah, this is going to be hard, and it is going to require a lot of me, because for many years, I didn't give my body, unknowingly, it's not your fault, unknowingly, you didn't give your body what it needed. So you're going to say, so now I'm going to have to take some time and go at this and be uncomfortable for a while, and eventually I will evolve into this. I'm telling you, if the Sicilian over here could go gluten-free, anybody can. I grew up on pasta. I still eat pasta though. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I still eat pasta. I still eat ice cream. I still eat everything that I want to eat. I just make sure that it's good for my body and that it's safe for my body and it doesn't feed the virus. So there's two things, and I'm going to put the diagram in the email tonight. There's two things that you need to understand when you're eating. Does it feed the virus or doesn't it? That's your starting point. And when you're evolving into this, that's what you're going to ask yourself every time you eat. Is this going to feed the virus? This is not going to feed the virus. My statement to myself, every time food went into, like, right here, it would stop. And I would say, is this going to hurt me or heal me? Is this going to hurt me or heal me? Which is the question, is this going to feed the virus or is this not going to feed the virus? Before I even knew it was a virus, that was my thing. Is this going to hurt me or is this going to heal me? I'm like, okay, it's going to heal me. And I eat it. Your awareness is going to change, and it's going to be exhausting. Anytime we learn something new, anytime we have all of these more thoughts in our mind, especially when we're dealing with brain fog, that's why we do the lemon water and the celery juice first, because we want to start eliminating that brain fog and lifting off those foggy glasses. You start with the protocol first. So day 1 and day 2. Day 1 is what you're fighting. You're fighting the virus. Okay, now that we know what we're fighting, okay, what does the virus not like and how do we kill it? Then we talked about on day 2, the lemon water, the celery juice, the heavy metal detox smoothie, everything that you're going to evolve into your life. You're going to incorporate that into your life somehow, some way. You're going to figure out how to get that in your schedule. If you can do it yourself, great. Who's around to help you? Someone's only around 3 days a week to help you? Great. That's 3 days a week that you weren't doing before. Don't say, oh, I should be doing this 7 days a week. Say, I'm so grateful that I can do this 3 days a week, that I have the help to do it maybe even 1 day a week. Anything that you give your body's going to be grateful for. So now we're talking about superheroes and antioxidants on day 3. So now you've got your morning routine down. And I'm not telling you this week you're going to get your morning routine down. I'm talking about in the future when you've gotten your morning routine down. As you're getting your morning routine down, you're becoming aware of what's in your pantry, what's in your refrigerator, what you're eating for dinner, lunch, breakfast. You're being aware of it, because there's no way you're going to wake up and go, okay, I'm going to be gluten-free tomorrow. No, that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen for anybody, especially in this day and age where gluten is in everything. And it seems like every time you turn around, you're like, great, I can't eat that. Great, I can't eat that. And that's what it's going to feel like in the beginning. I can't eat anything. Life is going to suck. Great, I'm going to be healed. But what am I going to eat? What am I going to be chewing on celery all day long? I get it. I totally get it. I want you to understand how much good food that I eat. I have learned. Those vegetarians, and I'm not telling you to become vegetarian because meat doesn't feed the virus. So if you want to eat meat. That's what I wanted to talk about today. I'm so glad that came up. A lot of people asked in the group, some of the protocols, the other protocols out there say stay away from meat, stay away from fats, even avocados. That's not what we're doing here in the protocol. We follow the medical medium information here. I throw in my experience from the last 10 years, the 10 years it took me to heal. And meat and fat, they don't feed the virus. Meat is very heavy on the body. So let's talk about meat first. Now we're talking about what we're actually going to put inside of our body. Meat is a big one. People often say, well, what am I going to eat if I don't eat meat? Well, you can eat meat. I eat meat. My daughter does, and she's a vegetarian, which got me looking up vegetarian recipes going, oh, wow, these people really know how to make vegetables taste good. It's amazing. So meat doesn't feed the virus, but it inflames the shit out of your body, especially if you're not eating the good meat, the grass-fed meat, the quality meat. If you're buying the crap, and I know so many people know this already, if it's not grass fed, it's corn fed or whatever fed. When a cow doesn't eat what it's intended to live on, grass, its body becomes very inflamed. When it's slaughtered, there's a lot of stress hormones that are released, a lot of adrenaline that's released into the muscle. When we eat that meat, we are eating all of that crap that now is inflaming our body. However, the grass-fed meat, I'm not saying it's perfect, but it is 1,000 times better. Eat the meat if you want it, but pay attention to how you feel after you eat a meal with a ton of meat, a little bit of meat, no meat. This protocol is by no means saying eat this, don't eat that. The only thing we're staying away from is gluten, dairy, and eggs. So if you want to eat meat, but pay attention to how you feel. If meat doesn't bother you at all, and we're talking red meat, chicken is usually pretty much fine for everybody, but some people, remember we were talking to Angelica, she went completely meat-free. She said, you know what? I just realized that every time I ate meat, I felt tired, I felt sluggish, and when I cut it out, I felt great. Not all of our symptoms, not all of our fatigue is coming from our immune system fighting the virus. Yeah, a lot of it is. So you're going to notice a big difference when you bring that viral load down. But a lot of it is when our body is trying to deal with inflammation, just basic inflammation that happens when we don't eat foods that our body likes. And that might be a crappy piece of meat. You might go out for Mexican. Mexican food is great. There's a little place around here, and I know the owner because I've talked to the owner and said, hey, I'm gluten-free. What can I eat? He's like, oh, we do a lot of corn around here. Corn, that's great. It's gluten-free. Corn is gluten-free. However, corn is another thing that's really inflammatory to your body. How do you know if it's inflammatory? All right, your first clue is going to be, how is your digestion? When I used to eat corn, when I was beginning this, when I was first healing, I stayed away from corn because every time I ate, let's say popcorn, my stomach would blow up. I'd look like I was 6 months pregnant. That was my clue. All right, my body's not happy. My body is not happy. Let me stay away from the popcorn for a while. And that's what you're going to do while you're healing. Eventually, I tested back the popcorn very little at a time. And I'm like, oh, I digested that just fine. And then now I still can eat popcorn now today, but I know not to eat a ton of it because I don't want to overdo it. And listen, maybe no one overdoes it with popcorn, but for me, sitting on the couch with like a huge bowl and my kids would be like, can I have some? I'm like, no, this is my bowl. Here's your bowl. It wasn't like a little bit here. So just understand that every lifestyle, every culture, every person is going to be different in what they eat and what they define as a lot or a little. Just pay attention to how your body feels after you eat these foods. Because even though we talk about in this group a lot, foods that feed the virus and foods that don't feed the virus, you kind of get this in the beginning if you're new. Oh, the food doesn't feed the virus. Great, I can live on that and still heal. No, the healing foods are the fruits and the vegetables. Those are the healing foods. And there are no healing foods. There are no fruits and vegetables that we stay away from. The lectin theory, there are some protocols out there that talk about staying away from nightshades. Now it's coming out. It's the medical medium, poor guy. He's always the first one to be like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with the nightshades. And then everyone attacks. But now medical industry, the medical science is coming out with these articles saying that the nightshades were just a theory. It was never proven. Lectins don't harm the body. And yeah, they're going to cause some gas, like the red kidney beans cause a lot of gas. And those things you can soak before you eat them. There's things that you can do. So if lectins bother you because they create so much gas, then yes, you're going to want to back off of them and then slowly increase them. So why do certain fruits and vegetables give us so much gas? And is that the same gas from, let's say, Janine's popcorn that would give her so much gas she'd look pregnant? So how do we know the difference, especially when we've taken an allergy test and that allergy test says stay away from eggplant, tomatoes, bananas, mangoes, and you're like, but those are all healing foods. The way the medical medium explains it, this made so much sense to me. I was like, oh, that's why. Because we get the same gas from the fruits and vegetables, mainly the vegetables, that we do with the foods that are not good for us. Let's say the meat, the corn, the rancid oils, processed sugar. So how do we know the difference? We know corn, processed sugar, the rancid oils, we know those aren't healing foods. So we know if our body's getting gas from them, something's going on. Your body is having a real tough time breaking down those foods to digest them. When we're getting the gas from the healing foods, the fruits and the vegetables, that's not your body having a hard time breaking down and digesting those foods. What's happening inside your body is that, remember we talked about the superheroes, all the different colors? All those different colors represent different pathogens that those superheroes can fight well and efficiently. So the red ones, the purple ones, the green ones, they all have their own specific superhero power where they can kill specific pathogens, viruses, and bacteria inside of our body. That's why we always heard eat a rainbow of vegetables. That's why. So when these healing foods go inside of our body, they kill certain pathogens, the pathogens that they're good at killing. When they kill those pathogens, they create an immediate waste matter from that dead virus, bacteria, whatever it was. And that creates the gas in your body, just like with the celery juice. Remember on yesterday, we talked about the celery juice. You're going to get the immediate explosion of diarrhea if the virus is found inside the gut lining. It's going to give you that noise of your stomach's going to be talking to you. You're going to get some gas and bloating, and then you're going to evacuate. It's the same thing. The celery found the Epstein-Barr virus and other pathogens. And it's the same thing with the other healing foods. The fruits and vegetables that are going inside of your body are killing specific pathogens. And pathogens is the general name for virus, bacteria, parasites, fungus. So when the fruits and vegetables get inside your body and they kill their specific pathogen, that waste matter of the dead pathogen is what's creating that gas, because it releases a gas. So does the virus. So does the Epstein-Barr virus. All viruses do. And that is our clue that, oh, something just died inside of me. You know how we say that, like when we stink, when we have a lot of gas, we're like, oh, something just died inside us. That's what you're smelling, the dead virus, the dead pathogens. So when you're eating, let's recap. When you're eating fruits and vegetables and you're getting gassy from it, that's why it's killing pathogens. When you're eating non-healthy foods, the corn, the processed sugar, and you're getting gas, they're not killing pathogens. They're creating gas in your body because your body is working so hard to break down the food and it can't break it down. So it's bringing on more and more acid into your stomach. It's throwing off the balance, and that's what you're feeling inside of your body. So it's not rocket science. I'm not telling you something you didn't already know. I think I'm just bringing it up to your awareness and helping you to remember all the shit that we were taught. And also kind of driving home the point that all the shit that we were taught that I know I never listened to, now we know how important it is. So when we go back and we remember our grandmother saying, oh, you're constipated, eat some prunes. Now we're like, not to eat prunes. There's something I can buy, some prescription I can take. That's going to help me. No, she was right. It's the prunes that your body needs. It's the antioxidants inside the prunes that your body needs to get it going and get that constipation moving. So the fruits and the vegetables, oh, look at all the comments. Okay, guys, thank you for saying yes. Thank you for saying me. Thank you for telling everybody that they are just normal. So hard to ask. We're going back to when I was asking everybody to say, you know, are you the kind of person who, you know, didn't listen to that little voice inside of you saying, I need help. I can't do this all by myself. But then the other side of your brain was like, you can do it. Keep going. Stop whining. Stop complaining. You're stronger than this. And then all of a sudden you get the diagnosis. So this community is so great because it makes everyone realize I'm just like everybody else. Okay, we're all in the same boat. Let's all do this together. Oh, Martha, yeah, good point. She says, watch out for the saturated fat in all the meat. It's hidden in there, and saturated fat is hard on your liver. Martha, great point. Martha's part of the group coaching. She's fabulous. She's got such gems in there. She's a Southern belle. And I always go, Martha, what you said worked really well. Thank you so much. I have all these Martha gems up here. I have all these Post-its so you guys can't see. Martha, thank you for that. Saturated fats. We have to become label readers. And I know a lot of us struggle with that. We don't want to read labels. We just want to go through the grocery store and just buy this stuff, take it off the shelves, or go on our app and order the stuff that we normally eat because we don't need another thing to think about. Well, guess what? After this transition of reading labels, you will go back to knowing exactly where it is in the grocery store, what to pull off the shelf and put in your cart. You won't have to think so much about it. When you're going through any transition, it's always so much more on your brain, which is why, I'm going to say it again, which is why I say this is an evolution. And the people who go the slowest on the evolution of the protocol, the people who go the slowest are the people who heal the fastest, which is crazy. It doesn't fit our logic, right? Because our logic is always faster we go, the better results we're going to get. It doesn't work that way. You have to evolve slowly so that you can listen to your intuition. You can understand what your body is trying to tell you. You might take a month on the lemon water before you make it over to the celery juice, and that's fine. There's no judgment of you have to do it here. That's why I don't give time frames to anybody, because I don't want anyone to keep in their mind, oh, Janine said I should only be on it for 2 weeks. No, you should be on it for as long as it takes for you to know how your body responds to it. Maybe it's 2 months. This is your journey. This is your story. Then you add the celery juice, right? So maybe you're on that for 2 months or a month before you get into the heavy metal detox smoothie. We didn't get our symptoms overnight. We're not going to get rid of them overnight. We have to learn the balance, because do you see all the yeses and the nos and the me's in the comments? All of us struggle with balance because the world is not set up for us to practice balance. The world is set up so that you just keep going and driving yourself into a hole until you just can't go anymore. The world is not set up for grace and patience and kindness. But guess what? This protocol is, this minding your soul is, and you are. So you're going to do things very differently than you did that led you to the symptoms. So as you're going through the lemon water, the celery juice, the heavy metal detox smoothie, you're looking around at everything that you're eating and everything that's going into your mouth, and you are slowly making changes. Gluten-free pasta. Listen, let me know. Give me something in the comments where you're going, you know what? I'm not looking forward to changing this. I don't think there's a good substitution for it. Let me give you something. Try to challenge me in the comments. And listen, don't you dare say sharp cheddar cheese, because there is absolutely no substitution for sharp cheddar cheese. However, you want cheese, I will give you a good substitution for cheese, especially nowadays. My God, when I went gluten-free, 2008, gluten-free meant chicken, fish, vegetables, fruit, water, nuts, and seeds. That's it. Gluten-free today, there's a lot of gluten-free stuff out there, but I don't want you to have most of your diet filled with gluten-free processed stuff. Let's say 80% of your diet is the healing foods. And then you're going to understand that life is hard. We're going to need some time on the couch with our comfort foods. So that's why we talk about, especially in the group coaching, we talk about the comfort foods first. Because in the beginning, we're going to get very fed up. We're going to say, fuck this shit. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to sit on the couch with my big bowl of whatever that is. Maybe it's ice cream. Ice cream for you. Is that a comfort food? Great. Guess what? They make dairy-free, gluten-free, really good tasting ice cream. And that brand is so delicious. That's actually the brand. So delicious. And they make a cashew-based, a coconut-based, cashew, coconut, and there's one other. Why am I not remembering that? Somebody tell me. All right. So give me something in the, who said that? I can't see names. I have to look at Nancy Jane. Oh, that's my thing, pizza. That is my comfort. Absolute pizza all day long. You are going to get so good at making pizzas. Now, you can buy a gluten-free, dairy-free pizza. I think Daiya, D-A-I-Y-A, makes a really good one. No, I'm sorry. Makes one, but it's not good. For me, it's not good. The Daiya cheese to me tastes very, it doesn't taste like cheese, nor does the consistency feel like cheese in your mouth. So in a pinch, you want to get a gluten-free, dairy-free frozen pizza in the store? Absolutely. That's something you can do if you like it. And then you can doctor it up. You can add the spices to it. What I like to do, excuse me. Yeah, it's always at like 50 minutes into talking that my throat's like, I need a break. Hold on. All right. So what I like to do is there's a brand called Banza, and I don't know if this brand is everywhere. So just find a gluten-free pizza crust. Banza is the one that I really like. It tastes really good. You buy those gluten-free pizza crusts. I think it's egg-free too. What else is egg-free? I got to come up with a list. And then you make your own pizza, and you're going to get the Violife. And again, guys, I'm in the US, I'm in New Jersey, so I don't know if this is outside the US. So if you want to start a post in Minding Your Soul, letting everybody know, hey, listen, I'm in the UK, and this is the good tasting cheese that I really like, that would be extremely helpful. Because as you saw from the comments, we're all over the world in this group. So sorry, I'm talking about the US. So Violife makes a very good cheese product. It's a shredded mozzarella. It comes pre-shredded, and it actually melts, and it actually tastes like cheese. So you put your sauce on your gluten-free, egg-free pizza crust, you put your sauce on it, and then you put the Violife cheese. And then I like to load it up with all the things. I like sun-dried tomatoes, black olives, and then make sure you put your cheese on top of those toppings. And then you also get the Violife Parmesan. You can put it on the grater. The Parmesan cheese comes in a block, and it's Violife dairy-free cheese. It's wonderful. You put it on the grater, and then you cover it. And then you're going to take spinach that you bought in bulk, and you chopped up, and you stuck it in the freezer. And it's now when it's frozen, it's kind of like you can just pick it up and sprinkle it over the pizza. And then you're going to drizzle that with really good olive oil. You're going to stick that in the oven. And that is going to be better than any pizza that you've ever had. I know I should do a pizza class. I know. Oh, who said that? Violife is my favorite. You got to be, oh, Joanne, right? They finally came out with a really good cheese. All right. Is that the brand, Chrissy, Bio Nature pasta? Is that your recommendation? I'm just checking because I haven't heard of Bio Nature. So I just want to make sure everyone knows that that's a recommendation. The pasta, you're going to have to do your own homework on what you like best, because Tinkiata is a brand around here. My mother loves it. It's a brown rice pasta. I think it's just mush. It gets so mushy. I hate it. I like the corn-based pasta, but today I can eat the corn. Back when I was first healing, I couldn't eat the corn because it was so inflammatory. It was giving me so much gas. So if you can tolerate corn, you have to really just buy a box of gluten-free pasta and see which one that you like. There are some really good ones out there, and you have a lot of choices. A lot of choices. The chickpea pasta and the red lentil pasta is what I've been going to lately, because they got rid of the corn-based, and I kind of hesitated. I'm like, how good could that be? And I tasted it. It's amazing. So Barilla makes a chickpea and a red lentil pasta that's not mushy. It stays firm, and I bring it to all the barbecues. No one knows it's gluten-free pasta. Oh, yes. Okay, perfect. It's a recommendation. Chrissy, thank you. All right, so that's what we need to do for each other. Make life a little bit easier and start with the recommendations on what was good. Oh, you make a pizza crust from scratch now. Now I make a pizza crust from scratch. Now I need to make the pizza. I know you're gonna get good at this. I buy the pizza crusts, I stick them in the freezer, and then sometimes when I have some time or some energy, I'll make a bunch of pizzas and stick them back in the freezer and keep them frozen for when I want to pull them out. Honestly, that doesn't happen very often, because I'll make 2 or 3 at a time, and then everyone comes into the kitchen and it's like, oh, cool. And then we end up eating everything that I intended to have for the next couple of weeks. So, oh, Nancy, you hate Diet Brand too, right? Isn't that terrible? Like, it's just, I'm sorry, guys, I'm going to gross you out right now. It feels like in your mouth, like the gooiness, it's like an infection. It's awful. It's so bad. Oh, yeah, Chrissy, and the butter. So the dairy-free stuff, guys, like the butter, you don't have to give up butter. You want butter on your bagel, and you want to have that. I wouldn't recommend it for breakfast, because that doesn't set you up for success. But if you want to have that as a snack later on in the day, butter with bagel, you can have it. There's dairy-free butter, and there's gluten-free, egg-free bagels out there. So here, what else? Yeah, okay, so I said pizza, the butter, I hate that too, the Jaya. I know, but I wonder if, go ahead, what were you going to say? If she said ... Oh, Nicole, my guilty pleasure is Pirate's Booty. But I stopped eating it since it can upset my stomach. Perfect example. Pirate's Booty, gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free, great. You're eating it, you're like, this makes me feel like crap. This tastes really good, but I never feel good after it. You're going to put it aside for a couple weeks, couple months, whatever. You'll try it back later. You want to remember, we're sprinkling in the comfort foods. We're not living on the comfort foods. Remember I told you about the antioxidants, the superheroes that we're flooding our body with? That's part of the kill part of the protocol. So we're starving the virus by removing the gluten, the dairy, and the eggs. We're killing the virus with our really strong immune system. How does our immune system get really strong? By all the fruits and vegetables that we're giving it, all the healing foods that we're incorporating into our lives. And guess what? When you eat the heavy metal detox smoothie for breakfast, you are starting your body off with just a complete like flash flood of antioxidants. That's a great breakfast to start with. And then the rest of the day, you're like, okay, where else can I get more? If you've never done the heavy metal detox smoothie before, you are going to be amazed at what your body feels like right afterwards, especially if you're not used to doing a whole bunch of antioxidants. You really do get this feeling of, whew, this feels good. Right? Yes, recommended. It's yummy. Chrissy, yeah, it really is delicious. And if you don't think it's delicious, add more fruit into it. You can add whatever you want to the heavy metal detox smoothie. So 80% of your diet, you want even more if you can do it while you're healing. You want to be the healing foods, the fruits and the vegetables. I'm telling you, go Google vegetarian recipes. Those vegetarians really know how to make vegetables taste good. The deal with the fats, we're going to go back to when we were talking about the meat, because now we're going to talk about the fats of the, let's say, avocado. Healing foods, great, right? A lot of fat in it. There are some protocols that say don't eat avocados at all because of the fat content and stay away from fat. Your brain needs fat. Your body needs fat. You're going to notice how much clearer you start thinking when you do give your body fat. Now, the issue with fat, as healing as it is, and it is, the only thing is, because of the nature of fat, it coats. So it's going to coat and thicken things inside of your body. And when you're healing, you want to be able to absorb everything as efficiently as you can. All of those healing foods, all of the fruits and vegetables, the celery juice, the lemon water, you want to be able to absorb everything so efficiently. Fats prevent the absorption just because of its nature, not because it's a bad for you food. It's good for you. Your brain needs fat. A lot of things in your body need fat. But what you want to do is you want to eat that later in the day. So you want your body, you want that liver cleansing for as long as possible in the morning. And then you want the fat later on in the day so that you're making your body the most efficient that it possibly can at absorbing those nutrients, the fruits and vegetables and antioxidants and the celery juice and the lemon water and all of those healing things that you gave your body. You want to make sure you're being as efficient as possible in absorbing that. So you want to eat the fat later in the day. Definitely eat the fat. Your body needs it. But while you're healing symptoms, you're going to be very conscious of when you're eating the fat and how much you're eating. So less fat while you're healing, more fruits and vegetables. As you begin to heal, you can add in a little bit more fat, which is why Martha made a good point with the meat. That saturated fat that comes from the meat is preventing the body from absorbing a lot. So like in the bacon and the pork roll for breakfast, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. It's highly inflammatory. If you are going to eat that, it's going to be very, here and there maybe, and you're going to have it later in the day. Maybe once a month I have that. I don't even say once a month. Bacon, maybe. We shouldn't be eating pork though. While I was healing, I wasn't eating any pork. So everyone in this group is at a different stage of healing. You're either just starting out, or you've been at it for a while and now you're starting to experiment bringing foods in, or you're healed and you're sharing your story and you're sharing all the recommendations, and now you're able to eat more of what you want, but you're still staying away from the gluten completely because that feeds the virus, eggs and dairy. Now, remember I told you, I've been healed now since 2016 is when I can say symptoms were finally gone. It was a year after the medical medium. Up until I read his book, Met the Medical Medium, I had healed myself about 60% of the way, just thinking that my body was attacking something. And what do bodies attack? Viruses, bacteria, and fungus. And so I treated my body like it had all three. And I got to about 60% of the way healed. I still had a numb leg. I still had patches. I still got tired at 3 o'clock every day. The brain fog would come and go. It wasn't until I incorporated the lemon water, the celery juice, and did those morning routines and removed the eggs and the dairy that I went completely from 60% healed to, I would say, over 100% healed, because I had no idea. I thought I thought healed was just, I don't have any symptoms, right? That to me would have been healed. I don't have any symptoms. But what this feels like, the energy all day long, doing anything, having choices, the energy, I'm still amazed at the energy. Even having a baby at 45, I still have the energy. It's amazing. And that's why we're here. That's what we're doing. We're giving you all the information that you need to heal your body so that you can feel this. All right, let me just make sure in the comments I didn't miss anything because we're coming to an end here. Oh, Annette, okay. So Annette just started in the UK. Annette, that was great. Thank you. Can everyone who's here who wants to comment, even if you're watching the recording, because even when you're watching the recording, people are still scrolling through the comments to see what other people are saying. Can you say where you're starting in the protocol to let everybody know where everybody is so they don't feel so alone? Are you just starting? Are you midway? Are you like been there, done that? Let's give it a new, moderate, and then what word we'll use? Advanced. New, moderate, advanced. Put that in the comments and let everyone see. Like, are you just new to the protocol? Are you in advanced and you're just like, hey, because there are some people who are like, I just like watching the workshop because I always pick up something new, or I get remotivated, or it's just so there are a lot of advanced people in this group, but there's also a lot of new people who are like, I didn't even know I could kill the MS. I didn't know it was a virus. So let everybody know where they're at and who they're among. Again, it supports that feeling of community. Now, in tonight's email, as you guys are putting that in, I'm going to tell you about tonight's email. I'm going to put in a reference called 5 Easy Steps to Going Gluten-Free with Ease. Or it's a long title. 5 Steps to Going Gluten-Free with Ease. That's what I titled it. It's been in the group. It's been in the file section of the group, but I'm going to email it to you tonight. It's something that I did when I first started this coaching practice. It's part of the modules. It's part of the protocol, but I want to give you guys as much information to get started. This way, if you don't enter into the 4-month coaching program, at least I know I have set you up with the information that's going to get you started on your own. If you do want to get into the 4-month coaching program, it starts July 10th and enrollment will be open until July 10th. I do shut it down. I used to shut it down beforehand to give me time to talk to people before they go into the group. Just be like, hey, let me set you up. How you feeling? Any questions? This is what's going on. But then I realized if I just leave the enrollment open for longer, I will have time to talk to everyone who signs up. So this way we can just connect a little bit so you don't feel so weird going into a Zoom with all of these strangers and doing it for the first time. But anyway, I want to make sure that in tonight's email, you're going to get this recording and you're also going to get the 5 easy steps to going gluten-free. And I did that. It's like 10, 15 pages. I forget. I did a while ago. But it's all the things that I eat that are gluten-free. Yes, it was 2 years ago. It probably should be updated, but still there's a lot of good information in there. And it's just little things to like raise your awareness to, oh yeah, I can do that. That is pretty easy. Like, let's take this weekend. 4th of July weekend is coming up for here, us in the United States. We have Independence Day, and everyone has barbecues here in the U.S. That's what we do. Independence Day, you get the day off. We celebrate all weekend long. There's fireworks going off, and we have barbecues. And how scary is it going to, when you've started, let's say you've already started. How many people have already started? But I'm new to this program. I'm about a month in. Okay, perfect. New, moderate, new, a month, new, perfect. Okay, so listen, for all the new guys out there who are just starting this, it is very scary when you're like, okay, I'm starting a new regimen and I'm going to try to be gluten-free. And then you go, I have my family's barbecue to go to this weekend. What the hell am I going to eat? I'm not going to know it's gluten-free. There's no nutritional label on that salad. You know, I can see the croutons, but what's in the dressing? It's overwhelming. So what I always do, I have a barbecue coming up on Sunday. What I always do is I bring my own food, of course, to share. I don't walk in and be like, okay, this is just mine, nobody touch it. But I walk in with what I know I can eat. And it's usually a big salad with a whole bunch of shit in it. If you have the energy to make your own salad, great. If not, go order one from a market down the block. Talk to them. I need it to be gluten-free. Walk me through the dressing. What dressing do you use? Or better yet, use your own dressing. Just get the salad. Bring your own food. So this way, when you look around and you don't see any single ingredient foods where you can safely and confidently say, oh, that's gluten-free, I can eat that. Everything is like a covered dish that somebody brought. It's a casserole and you're like, I don't know what's in there. You know you have your food. And that's how I handle everything that I go to. I always make sure that I bring my own food. Guys, last night I was my girlfriend's 45th birthday, so we all surprised her. We snuck into our backyard. Everyone had a dish, and she came out of her house. We're like, surprise! Hopefully she enjoyed it, because it was a work night. But so what I brought was kale salad. Sounds disgusting, right? Who the hell wants to eat a kale salad? Do yourselves a favor and Google Chick-fil-A kale salad copycat recipe. I should put, you know what? I'm going to put it in the email tonight. The recipe. Let me just write that down. Recipe email. It was so good. And you know what? It was maple syrup, it was lemon juice, the dressing, kale, and some cabbage. It didn't look like anything, but everyone started tasting it going, oh my goodness, what is this? It's delicious. Why is this kale so good? Little trick. You want to eat more kale, right? That's where you're going to get all your calcium. That's where you're going to get very powerful antioxidants. But kale is disgusting. It's like chewing and never ending chewing. Guess what? You put the dressing on your kale and you massage it. You literally massage the kale and it gets so soft and so good. Crazy. Even this one girl was like, I never eat salad. She's like, this I could eat. This is delicious. There is a way, and you will evolve into all the foods that are going to heal your body. You're going to enjoy them, but it does take a little bit of effort to reach out to someone and say, okay, how do I make this taste good? What do I do? Or some Googling and then recipes. And it's going to seem like a lot in the beginning, but eventually you're going to evolve, because every week, let's say, every week you go to the grocery store, you're going to find one thing to replace in your pantry that's going to be gluten-free, like soy sauce. That always screwed me up. In the beginning, I had no idea that soy sauce was fermented wheat. So now you want to make sure you go, oh, soy sauce. Okay, that's easy enough. I can make sure I order a gluten-free or go to the store and find a gluten-free soy sauce. It's there. It's just that we never looked for it before. This all becomes easier. So we're going to talk more about wrapping up the entire protocol on Friday, and I'm going to have a good diagram for you that shows you like the green, yellow, red, like a traffic light, the green, yellow, red way of eating. Most of your diet wants to be in the green, some of your diet is going to be in the yellow, and then the red you really want to stay away from. Maybe it's a sparing and you're like, oh crap, you know what, I had a little bit of that. And then we're going to talk about foods that feed the virus, foods that don't feed the virus, and then the foods that don't feed the virus, what you want to stay away from. We're going to review all of that on Friday, and I have a nice diagram for you. But tomorrow, we have Matt Rowe. I love mindset, and that's a lot of what we talk about in the group coaching is mindset. Because anyone can tell you anything. Do this, don't do that, don't do that. But if you don't have your head in the right spot to do it, to want to do it, to raise your awareness to what is the resistance that's preventing you from wanting to do it, then it doesn't matter how much information, healing information you're given, you're not going to do it. We have to be aware of what's going on in our minds, where the resistance is coming from, what our subconscious beliefs are, what it feels like to step outside our comfort zone. Here's the short answer. It feels like shit. It's scary. Some people, including myself, get physically nauseous stepping outside their comfort zone. So we talk about that because in order to do something different, it's not about motivation. Motivation is bullshit. Motivation runs out. It's about raising your awareness, because once your awareness is raised to, let's say, a certain resistance that you have, then you automatically have choices. And you can say, oh, I want to do that, or I don't want to do that. Before you're aware of what the resistance is, all you're thinking, all you know is, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Once you're aware of what that resistance is, then you go, oh, all right, if I do that, oh, maybe I will do that. Automatically have choices. You don't need motivation. All you need is an awareness. Like right now, when you became aware, who learned for the first time that MS was a virus in this protocol? Did anyone know, like, not know that MS was caused by the Epstein-Barr virus? Like, anyone who's here right now, I know we're dwindling down on people because it's I've been talking for longer than an hour, but I know if you're watching the recording too, did anyone become aware for the first time that MS is just the Epstein-Barr virus? And if you did, let me know in the comments. Say, yeah, first time. Because I want you to make this connection now. If this was, oh, okay, good. There are people. Perfect. Yeah. Yes, I just learned that. Okay, perfect. So now, Before, if you didn't know that MS was a virus, and I'm saying you have to go gluten-free, it's good for you. You have to eat more antioxidants, it's good for you. That wouldn't have been very motivating. You're like, yeah, I know that. Like, I've heard that my entire life, gluten-free is good for me. But now that your awareness has been raised to the fact that, oh, it's a virus. Oh, I want to kill the virus by starving it. Oh, the virus feeds on gluten. Oh, so every time I eat this piece of gluten, I'm feeding the virus, which is making my symptoms worse. That doesn't look so good anymore, right? Like, that's what I'm talking about, raising the awareness. So just like, okay, there's a lot of first timers. That's perfect. I'm really glad you're here, and I'm really glad you found this. It's life-changing. Nicole says, initially, I didn't, but then I learned about the Harvard study. Yeah, you know what, Nicole? If you can find that Harvard study and put it in the group, because the more evidence that we can supply people that it's not just these people talking on this Facebook group about a virus, there are Harvard studies. There are many studies that are coming out right now that go, holy shit, it's the Epstein-Barr virus. We never knew this. So anyway, so what I was saying was, now that your awareness has been raised to this cookie, let's say, that has gluten in it, your mind's going, gluten feeds the virus. That's why I have symptoms. Maybe I don't want to eat that gluten. Do you see the choice? The choice all of a sudden became obvious. I either feed the virus or I don't. Now, whatever you choose to do is your choice. But there is a choice where there wasn't even an awareness before, so there was no choice. That cookie would come to your mouth and you'd be like, shit, that looks good. And you eat it. In the back of your mind, you heard, gluten is not good for you. Eat more vegetables. But we didn't know why. Now that the awareness has been raised to what feeds the virus, you are now automatically going to give yourself a choice. Your thoughts are going to go, do I want to eat this? This feeds the virus. And I just learned that the virus feeds or MS is a virus, and this is going to make my symptoms worse. Yeah, maybe I don't want it. And how easy was that? That's what happens when you raise your awareness to everything, not just the foods that are feeding the virus, but the resistance that is coming up, and on the emotional level, on the mental level. Because in order to heal anything, we have to fix the body, the mind, and the soul. They all have to be addressed. That was a big one that came in, a big comment. I don't want to miss it. Do you believe MS is always from this virus? What if you don't even have antibodies and no history of mono or skin conditions or things like that? That's a great question. So the first part is, do you believe MS is always from the virus? I can't really have a belief system on that because, again, I'm not a doctor. I don't know. All I know is that the way I treated my body, like it had a virus or a bacteria, got me to a certain point. Once medical medium came out and said, it is a virus, do this, I got better. The people that I talk to, that I say, here's the protocol, go do this, they're all getting better. Everyone in the group who I don't coach, or the ones who I don't coach, they're all getting better. I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like viruses and bacteria and fungus are the root cause of all illnesses, all the pathogens that enter our body, they're the root cause. What those viruses are, whether they're the Epstein-Barr virus or they're something else that we haven't even named yet, that we don't even know, I don't know. That's why I think, here's my belief system. As long as we're giving our body what it needs to be strong enough to fight the viruses, all the pathogens, then we really don't even need to worry what they're called. We just need to know that we're giving our body everything it needs so that whatever comes in contact with our immune system is strong enough to fight it. I think that's what I believe. I believe in the immune system. I believe in pathogens. And I believe the immune system can be as strong as we can make it. And we should do that every day so that we don't have to worry about what pathogens are coming in. I think that's what I believe. Let me know if that answers your question. All right, there's another big one that came in. I love these conversations, and I can't see it on here anymore. Okay, so I could read it here, but I can't see who it was. I went gluten, dairy, and meat-free for 6 months. I slowly added them back in and felt no different with or without them. No weight loss, so hard and frustrating. Now I just avoid wheat and sugar. Okay, so what is your symptoms now after just avoiding wheat and sugar? And I want to know who that is. Oh, I don't know why I can't see the comments anymore on here. Hold on. No. That is a great point, because We have to listen to our bodies and see what's going on. But a lot of times I'll get a call, a consultation, and they'll say, I'm doing all the things. I'm doing all the things. Why is nothing changing? Actually, just last week, don't worry, I'm not going to say any names. She's like, I'm doing all the things. And we went through it and she was doing all the things. I said, you know what? Let's forget the protocol. Let's forget about that. You say your legs are feeling stuck and you don't know why they're not moving. Let's talk about what's going on in your life, what's going on in your mind. And we started talking more and more. The more things we found out that she wasn't happy in her job, there were things in her life that she needed to change. She wanted to go on vacation. The more we talked about that, the more the awareness was raised of, oh, I really feel stuck in my mind. Like I feel really stuck emotionally. We got off the call and she's been sending me updates regularly. It's only been a week and a day since that call. Regular updates. Just yesterday, she said, I cannot believe how much has changed in a week. She goes, I feel stronger. All of my symptoms are going away. I'm walking better. She's like, not saying that I'm completely healed, but oh my God, the difference in a week. Sometimes it's not about the protocol at all. Sometimes it's about giving our body what it needs. Of course, always we're human. We have a body. We have to take care of it. But it's also what's going on up here. That's why in the Path to Healing, you get Matt Rowe twice a month. You get gluten-free cooking demos. You get self-care tips from Dixie Willis. We bring in D. DeFatta on positivity and how to live a positive life. We address it all because the protocol, the body is one small part of the healing. And it's everything else that we have to address that we've never addressed before. So today's Path to Healing group coaching program looks a lot different than it did 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I couldn't say that, yeah, the healing is happening. It's always happening. Today I can, because I realized over the years that it's more about the emotional part. It's more about the belief, the resistance, removing the resistance, becoming aware of what the resistance is. That's why we address so much of that. The Path to Healing group coaching program 2 years ago used to just be Mondays and Thursdays. Monday was me teaching the protocol. Thursdays was either Matt or Jen or Catherine, the other coaches. Today, it's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Monday, we talk about the protocol, where you're at, what tweaks we need to make for everybody or to everybody. And then on Tuesday, we don't talk about the protocol. We talk about meditation, goals, boundaries, comfort zones. We talk about life. We talk about husbands, family, friggin' sister-in-laws that piss us off. That was last week. Actually, no, this was this week. Today's Wednesday. We just had that yesterday, Tuesday. We talk about so many different things in the group because we're not going to focus just on the protocol, because that's not what's going to heal you. It's the focusing on what is going on up here that needs healing. And I'm not saying that I'm going to heal you, but I'm going to provide a safe space for you to talk about it so that you can figure it out, and we could all help you if you want. And we could all identify with you, just like we did here with this group. When everyone chimes in and says, me, I did it too. That's where I was. Everyone's looking at this going, oh my God, I am just like everybody else. This is fabulous. I thought I was so alone and I was the only one going through this. All right. Oh, I'm seeing comments again. Okay, here we go. Renee, I'm not giving up. Just sometimes I feel confused because there's so much information out there and it could be so conflicting. Oh, I know. I listen, I don't envy you, because here I am sitting knowing like this works, just do this. And I know that there are other people out there doing the same thing with their protocols. This works, do this. Like, what do you listen to? I can't answer that for you. The only way that I do it for myself, like I know what to do or where to go or who to listen to. Can't say that I know, but you kind of got to sit in silence and listen to what your body is telling you. What are those little whispers? And we can't hear those little whispers until we get into a very quiet place. That's what meditation is. God, did I resist against meditation my entire life? And it's only until recently that I'm doing it regularly and seeing the differences. You can hear those little whispers. So listen to those little whispers. What do they tell you? Do this, don't do that. I think you should try this. I think you should try this. All those little whispers, right, that we now know were there before we got diagnosed. We had all of those little whispers. So we are used to them because we just said, yeah, we didn't listen to them. That's the same thing when you're deciding what to do. I might not be the right person for you. You might friggin' not be able to stand my personality, but just like, to learn a couple things, and that's why you're here. You're not going to want to enter in the 4-month coaching program. You're like, I can't stand listening to her for an hour. God forbid, 3 days a week, every week for 4 months. That sounds insane. I totally get that. That's why, you're going to listen to that and be like, no, she's fucking annoying. I can't do her. So then you're going to go find information somewhere else. You're going to be led to the right place once you listen to your gut and your intuition, once you decide, I'm going to heal, you don't have to know how. You're going to be led there. All you have to know is where you're going. You don't have to know how you're going to get there. So where are you going? Are you going to heal? Everyone set that intention right now. I am going to heal. Just say that in the comments. Just affirm it. Put it out there. I am going to heal. And watch when you mean it. When you say that and you affirm it and you write it and you put it out into the universe, you watch what comes to you. Things just, here we go. Here we go. Everyone's coming in. I will heal. Your time is now. The time has come. And not to say that it's with me. It could be with anybody that you resonate with, because there are protocols out there now. There are protocols out there now that can help you. We're all saying the same thing. We're saying be gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free. You know, maybe they're not saying celery juice because I think that's specific to medical medium, but I know the other coaches are out there saying, yeah, celery juice definitely works. You're going to figure out who you resonate with. It might be me. It might not be me. There's so many different personalities out there. And I can tell you what, from, what my family says, I'm quite annoying. And, they can't stand listening to me sometimes. And I get that. But then there are some people out there who are going, you know what? I think I do want to talk to her more often. I think I do want to enter into the 4-month coaching program. And listen, I know it's not about the money. If put the money out, don't put the money out. Do a payment plan, whatever feels comfortable to you. You want to cancel? Go cancel. I'll give you all your money back, whatever it is. We'll prorate it. I'm not going to be like, oh, you've been in the coaching program 2 months and now you don't like it. I'm going to give you all your money back. No, but you're not going to pay for what you didn't use. And that's all on the Path to Healing website. So, or the Minding Your Soul website. You can read all about that. So, oh, Angie, that's the last. That's the last comment that I just looked over, and that's the last one on the list, so the first one that I saw. And she goes, I love your personality. Thank you. I appreciate it. I like it too, but I do get that everyone doesn't resonate with everyone. Like, there are personalities out there, as nice, as helpful as they think they're being, they could still be annoying as fuck. So don't worry about that. And thank you, Angie. That was really nice. Lisa, I am going to heal. Angie, again, I am going to heal. Joanne, I will heal. Guys, you watched that Wonder Woman movie that we started this off with. You watched that Wonder Woman movie, and it is going to come up now. You are not going to look at that movie the same way. If you've seen it already, watch it again. Because now when she's fighting that monster, you're going to see the Epstein-Barr virus, and you're going to see your immune system fighters, and you're going to see how she trained her entire life for that fight. And now you're going to begin your training, and you're going to flood your body with those superheroes who are going to start fighting and building and getting that Epstein-Barr virus in such a state that it's so fucking weak it just dies and comes out of your body. You see this energy that we produce? Let's see. Pat, I am going to heal. Michelle, I am going to heal. Tadeja, and I hope I'm saying that right, I am going to heal. Martha, I am going to heal. That's all you need to do. You just need to affirm, I am going to heal. You don't have to know how. That answer will come to you. It's weird because every time in life in the past, like, okay, we set a goal, like I'm going to heal. Okay, what do I need to get there? You don't need to do that. You affirmed, I am going to heal. And now everything that you need, all of that intuition, as long as you sit in a quiet place, will come to you. Okay, we're going to talk more about food on Friday because I know the food is the most important part. Not only on Friday, we're going to talk about food, but I'm also going to give you a little sneak into the Path to Healing program in case you're being called to learn more about that. I'll teach you more about that on Friday, so you just have a little bit more of a comfort zone with that. And I know a lot of the clients who are currently in there also want to pop in and say, hey, listen, this is what it's about. This is great. Here's who we are. But tomorrow is Matt Rowe. Matt Rowe is mindset training. And I have talked to clients in the Path to Healing who are doing the protocol. They're doing great. We have a session with Matt and they go, oh my God, I walked for the first time. You all know who that is. That is Ginger. But there's other people too who have gone in there. And I don't want to say names. Ginger's the only one who's like, yeah, say my name, use it, it's fine. There are other people who just listen to Matt and go, oh my God, I had a revelation. Oh my God. You can't not have an oh my God revelation moment after a session with Matt. So I had to bring Matt into the protocol because he's a big part of the Path to Healing group coaching. So what you're getting in this workshop is not only all of the information, but it's giving you a glimpse into my personality, how I talk, how I teach, so that you get a little bit more comfortable with, okay, you know what, maybe I do want to do the 4-month coaching program. Of course, this is my business. I want you to do that, but I will never hold the healing information hostage for your money. I will always give you that information for free so that you can decide how you want to do it. Do you want to do it with a community of people? Do you want Matt Rowe twice a month? Every other week on Thursdays, we do a session with Matt Rowe. And it's an interactive session. Like, we're working hard in that session. We have self-awareness coaches. We have life coaches. We have gluten-free cooking demos in there. That's on Thursday. It's a rotation. So the reason for this workshop is to give you an idea of what your options are. You have so many options. How good does that feel to hear that? You have so many options. You can take all of this information and go heal on your own and utilize your own resources. You can go into the 4-month coaching program and do it with a community of women. You can do private coaching once a month. Maybe you want to check in with me and go, hey, this is what I'm doing. What do you think I should do next? Great. Or I could never see you again, and you could just take this information, and now you know you can go hit the books and learn about all of that stuff and just really absorb it and do it on your own. You have options. And I think, look at this. Look at this. I am going to heal. I am going to heal. Ginger, I am healing. Anisha, I am going to heal. Nicole, I am going to heal. Sue, I am going to heal. Oh, guys, Renee, I am going to heal. Anisha, I get a lot of spasms when I do meditation. It's so very hard to meditate. It starts getting frustrated. Listen, I hear you. And the thing that changed it for me was you cannot meditate wrong. If you get a couple minutes where you can just go, okay, what are my thoughts? Let the spasms happen. The spasms start, the spasm stops. It doesn't matter. What matters is the time that you give to yourself. You don't have to be sitting still with your body motionless to meditate. You could be doing the dishes, anything that's mundane that doesn't take a lot of energy. You could be listening to music. You could be going for a walk around the block. That's meditation. So many times we get, I'm talking about me. So many times I got caught up in, well, I can't meditate because I can't sit like this for 20 minutes. I'll go crazy. Yeah, I get that. Go for a walk. Take your chair around the house. Sit in your chair. Be in a quiet corner. Whatever silence looks like for you, whether it's sitting in a chair, going for a walk, strolling in the chair, in the wheelchair, walking around, whatever quiet looks like for you in your mind. Quiet in your mind. That's all it is. You don't have to have your body perfectly straight. That was a big deal for me because I always thought, oh, I suck at meditating. Apparently, I don't. Stacy says, very excited for tomorrow. Yes, me too. I should stop talking now. All right, it's going on 1:30. I'll get the email out to you guys. This has been great. Matt Rowe tomorrow, same time, 12 o'clock. We're going to be talking about pushing through your comfort zone boundaries. That's one of the topics that we discuss in the Path to Healing program, and it's my favorite one. So that's why I wanted to do it during the workshop, because I see how much I get out of it. I see how much the clients get out of it. And I think that you guys will really enjoy it. So I want it to be interactive tomorrow. So it's kind of nice that I have somebody else on here. So as Matt is talking and teaching, I can look at the comments and be like, okay, there's the question. There's the question. I'll have a lot more time than just being on here by myself. Ginger, Matt is awesome, right? Thank you for that. Yeah. And everyone coming in to say thank you. Thank you. I feel like I have to do this. I can't stay quiet about this. There's no way that you can heal from MS and be paralyzed and go to this and not talk about it. So thank you for being here and entertaining my ideas and entertaining these thoughts of, yeah, you know what? This is freaking possible. If you want to entertain it a little bit more in your brain, go to mindingyoursoul.com. Go to the success stories. And anytime you're feeling down, anytime you're feeling deflated, like, oh, I don't know if this is going to work. Is this really for me? Go to the success stories. It's going to build the library of evidence in your brain that healing is absolutely possible, because those success stories, the list is getting longer and longer. And I did not ask them. All those success stories that have videos, I did not ask them for videos. Those are the ones that are like, I have to document this. And they send me the video where they put it in Minding Your Soul. That's what goes on the website. These are all real stories, real people that you can find in Minding Your Soul in the Facebook group. So whenever you're feeling down and you need a little extra oomph, a little extra motivation, right? And you don't want to listen to my voice again for another hour, go to the success stories on the mindingyoursoul.com. It will do amazing things for your motivation. So you guys are very welcome. I'll see you same time here. We're not going to do a live at 5 tonight because I don't think I could talk that much more. And plus we're doing it all this week. So I'll see you tomorrow with Matt Rowe, same time, same place. Don't forget the homework. Sorry. I posted the homework. It's an automatic post. It happened at 1:00 just to raise your awareness. How many fruit and veggies did you eat today or will you eat today? That's the homework. And everyone who does the homework all week long, you do all the homework, you get multiple entries into the Path to Healing coupon, the 50% off. All right. That's everything. Hour and a half. Well, I thought today was going to be really quick too. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Have a great night. I'll see you.